So the word management company comes up a lot, so what does that really mean? If you can share with our viewers, like what does that mean? What are the considerations, when to use it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So, when you kind of follow that thread of, you're a real estate professional now, the next obvious jump is, okay, let's really institutionalize our management and ownership, purchasing, selling of real estate and house it in a management company. So what that does for the taxpayer is, now that they have non-passive income, they can allocate, essentially take money from the real estate portfolio and pay a management fee to a company that they're running. And that would be tax deductible to the real estate. And again, now that it's non-passive, that will flow up their 1040 and go against their business income, which is super impactful for them. But then, the next obvious question is, well, now we just have a bunch of taxable income in the management company. But what we typically try to, install in the management company are certain income tax deferral mechanisms, such as 401ks, cash defined pension plans, split dollar, which we'll probably talk on a little bit today or at a different date, so that they are really, maximizing the current income tax benefit of that deduction, deferring the tax received by the management company, and really establishing not only a cash accumulation vehicle for them in the future, but what I consider a good, barbell as far as investment allocation away from real estate. I've never been lucky enough to tell a real estate professional or someone who invests heavily in real estate that they should allocate away from real estate. But, if you do find one of those people, this is a really, really good idea or, strong idea to fund more middle of the fairway, like I said, opposite, different diversification from real estate and different risk allocations while being very income tax advantaged.
Yeah, and diversification is generally recommended across any type of planning that you do. Although there are some experts out there that recommend against it. We'll talk about that later. But it's just an important way of ensuring you're protecting your assets, right? If something goes wrong one way, at least you have other options to fall back on.
That's absolutely it. And, people who've lived through '08.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Right? It's always like the younger generation is like, well, every time I buy another piece of real estate, I make 30% on it. Why would I allocate to a defined, pension plan for my mother's life? People who kind of been through it and maybe learn from their mistakes the first time, they're a little more open to those conversations of, hey, we're going to get a great income tax deduction up front, and we're putting a bunch of money away from you in an asset protected vehicle that if the real estate market crashes, this will be there for you still.
Yeah, it's super important.
Yeah, I think that with management company as well. I mean, you hit on some of the sort of the extra benefits that you're going to have inside those entities. I know health plans comes up quite a bit with our clients, especially when they're stepping away from their day-to-day job. They've decided to take the plunge. They're really just going to focus on their real estate holdings, set up the management company as well. Healthcare often comes up. So a lot of times those corporations are also used to create those plans. And I think another interesting thing about the management companies is it's a wonderful way to start incorporating family into the real estate enterprise as well, because now you really have this true mechanism to bring your children in, show them the ropes, show them how it works in a real corporate setting as opposed to just something that it seems like it's done on the side.
Yeah, those are two awesome points. The amount of times where we have a client sell their business for 50, 100, $500 million. And they're introduced to us, and I'm excited to show them all these cool things we could do. And they go, oh, wow, I could do, we get to meet nerd out with functional circles.
All the charts, all the graphs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They just freak out on Excel. And they go,
like this.
and they're from, and we get on a call, and they're like, we don't know how to get health insurance.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's a shocking amount. I'm like, I don't understand. You have literally $100 million sitting in your bank. It's like, yeah, we have no good way to get health insurance. So to that point, all the benefits that they had at their businesses, they took for granted, 401ks with health insurance, other fringe benefits, medical reimbursement plans, those type of things. When they sold the company, just kind of went away. So this is, it's a great, maybe not ancillary part of it because this is their primary focus of it. It's like, that's a great point also. And then once you do have that institutional, centralized location of the management company, it's a great opportunity to bring your children in to determine if it's of interest for them or not, right? It's we have a lot of
They're
clients.
children doesn't mean they're good at it.
Absolutely assume that when I'm done doing this, so and so will do this. Then you have a talk with the kids like, I hate that stuff. I don't want to touch real estate. Right. So it's a good way to bring them in, get them kind of used to how the day-to-day operations work and whether or not it's for them.